Hello and welcome to Transitions and Transformations. This is our podcast from Investors in People Philippines, where we start looking at in-depth conversations about leadership and the way the workplace is changing and evolving for the future. So I'm Janet Webster, the chairperson of Investors in People Philippines, and I'm joined by Pinky Diokno, one of our directors. Hi, Pinky.
Hello, Janet.
And our guest today is Sarah McLeod.
Hi, Janet.
From Q2 HR Solutions. And Sarah, I know that you're going to be an expert on this topic because of what Q2 does, but our topic is going to be reward and recognition.
Nice.
Okay, so just to kick us off, Sarah, could you tell us a little bit about your role in Q2 HR Solutions?
So my role in Q2 as MD is I have direct responsibility for business development and marketing and also client relations. And within that is operations and delivery, but directly they all report to me. So we take care of all the clients, we take care of before they come on board, before they go off board, we come up with the strategies on how to find the clients for the company Q2, just in case you don't know about us. We are 65% recruitment, and then the other percentage of the work is whether it's background screening, pre-employment, due diligence, which is a very interesting topic. We also do HR solutions for customers, anything from HR auditing to helping companies set up their HR processes as well. And also looking after clients and customers who want to come to the Philippines. One of my favorite pastimes is dealing with people that want to set up in the Philippines. So that's one of my favorite jobs, whether they're Australian, American, English, European, doesn't matter, coming to the Philippines and setting up their business here, because I think that's a positive way forward for the company and for the country.
Yeah, that's great. So you really have quite a lot of services,
Yeah,
I think.
quite a lot.
We do.
I'm sure it keeps you really busy.
It does. Full HR consulting and holistic HR. So if you've got a company, you've got people, we can help you in one way or another.
Mm-hmm. And I know you've been with Q2 for quite a long time, right, Sarah?
I have. This is my 18th year
Whoa.
with Q2. Yeah, I joined in 2008 for 1 year.
Oh.
And I loved it so much I never left.
No, there's a sign of a good company, right?
Yeah.
You stay for 18 years. Could you tell us, getting onto this topic of reward and recognition, how you've seen reward and recognition as a people practice develop in Q2 in those 18 years while you've been there?
Wow, yes, definitely developed. I think for most companies, and I still think in Western world, they're not as good as reward and recognition as the Philippines is. I think because the Philippines is so people-centric that we've come leaps and bounds. But in Q2, we did have programs. I think we call them Q points now, but they were house points before.
Oh, okay.
So we started the house points back in 2004, 5 and 6, very much the Harry Potter. So house points in the UK is very much a thing. I was in a house, I was in gold when I was at school. So we started the house points where we would mix and match teams to break down the silos so that you could have a manager from, say, finance working with a junior from background investigation, and they would do competitions against each other. So that was great fun. And now we've really moved that program. We have an online platform called Q2's points. You'll notice when we talk in this conversation that a lot of things start with a Q. Both these two ladies know that. It's all very Q-centric as a Q2. And the Q points now are still the same practice as the house team. So we still mix and match teams together and have competitions throughout the year. But what's really moved is not just that's grounded on our values, but also different things we do. So we're very strong with our values, and we really focus every activity, whether it's Mother's Day, Father's Day, throughout the year, it's all aligned to the values that we hold dear to our hearts. We really live with our values.
What would that be? I mean, the one that's directly related to rewards and recognition, the value.
They all are. We have malasakit, which I love, as it's a Philippine word that has no literal English translation. So care for all, care for the community, care for the company. That's a great one for employee recognition. Innovation.
Okay.
We have grit.
Right.
They're all aligned
Okay. All
to
right.
rewards and recognition. So any company that has 3, 4, 5, 6 values can align them to rewards and recognition. Absolutely.
So if I'm getting it right, Sarah, people will gain house points
Yes.
depending on their behaviors related to
So
the
what we
values?
do is, for all of our values, we have what we call manifestations. So this is how, to us, they're shown. So you could say within a value, professionalism, for example. So professionalism for us would be probably very different to professionalism in a bank teller or something like that, or innovation within an IT organization. So we made our manifestation. So this is what it means to us. And this is how you show it. So when people in the organization exhibit those traits, anyone can give them a house point. So it could be that a client comes back with a great feedback from somebody did really well, and they just say, I want to recognize X employee because she did a great presentation. You can give them house points, and it doesn't have to be Exicom or the senior leadership team who give house points. It's top to bottom, bottom to top. Anyone can give a Q point, as we call them. It's very difficult to call them Q points because it was house points for so long. But yeah, basically it's the same thing, and anyone can nominate anyone else for that. And we have competitions at the end of the year when we have our year-end party, where the winning manager gets a trip abroad and the winning staff level person with the most points across all the values gets a trip abroad as well. So it's highly contested by them. It's like such a good competition. Healthy competition.
Right. But then during the year, you can also get rewards or...
Yes. So we have one of the new ones that we brought in a few years ago now is what we call a PEEP. So it's a
PEEP?
PEEP. So it's a people employee engagement program.
Oh, okay.
So we have a separate budget from anything else, and this budget is not for financial reward, because I think we're a great believer that employee recognition is not just commission. Employee recognition needs to cover everything experiential. So our PEEP is a budget where each team has their own budget and can create their own employee engagement program within their team. And it's experiential. So it could be go to the theatre in the bed in BGC, there's a bed there, or a weekend away, or overnight stay, or it's experiential, it's not financial.
Oh, okay.
Is that something separate from the Q points? Is that a different...
That's separate, yeah.
Right,
yes.
okay.
So the budget for PEEP is given to the manager of the team. So let's say executive search or background investigation or sales or marketing. Each team has their own budget to be able to do their employee engagement program. And that can be targeted not to financial gain, but maybe if you're trying to improve performance or how people behave, it can be something completely different against the scorecard. So it gives the managers flexibility.
Right. So I was just wondering, how did you bring this all down to the very junior levels? That sort of mindset that you're trying to create.
It's communicate. It's not something that happens overnight. And I would say that it's something that is a constant reminder. So it's a constant program of reminding the managers and reminding the people through. So I mentioned earlier, our Q2's now is online. Our house points, our Q point is now an in-house platform where anyone can actually comment, nominate if something's going on, if someone's had a baby, someone's having a birthday. It's a constant, really nice private platform for those of us who work in the organisation. We do, during COVID, we did weekly town halls online. Now we do them once a month, but everybody has to be there. So everybody in the organisation turns up to our monthly town hall. And that's a great way of communicating again what's happening, how everyone's doing, where are we, how are the PEEPs going, how are the programmes going. And within the teams, within the house teams, they also help HR create programmes. So our Mother's Day programme was actually created by one of the house teams. with conjunction with HR, and they created the program for Mother's Day and what we did and what happened. So they're involved as well. So the more involvement people are in,
Right. So in the structure that you have, do you have like dedicated program owners, like, you know, for all these programs that you have?
So HR is the key. We've always believed that HR is the heart of the organisation. So we're an entrepreneurial organisation. We have Trixie White, who is the owner of the organisation, and obviously culture, values start there.
Right.
So HR is the heart of all of us. You know, they're there not just as the stick, but they're there also for the motivation and the and everything else that happens. Obviously, you need a strong HR to keep that in order, but HR is the key. So even the employee engagement programs, so let's say I have accountability for sales and marketing, let's say, it goes through HR for them to check that it's covering all the points, that I haven't forgotten anything, and then we run it ourselves, but they're the check and balance. Check and balance.
Right.
We all need that, I think.
Yes, it's great if you've got that. You call it the heart.
Yes.
I think that's a lovely way of describing HR in an organisation.
Because we really believe that having a strong HR, your company will not grow unless you have a strong HR, and that's not just the legal side, it's not just the mandatory benefit side, it's also the learning and development, it's the employee engagement, and it's that whole holistic, and the arms like an octopus go out to all of us within an organisation.
I've now got an image of an octopus with a beating heart.
Yes.
Which is quite nice.
Right.
I was just thinking about the people, because obviously reward and recognition is all about your people, really. How do they respond to the Q points and to the PEEP and to what you do in relation to
I think they really enjoy it. You know, there is a healthy competition. When someone gets nominated, there's usually lots of hearts on our Q2's is very like it's kind of like a Facebook type platform, but a little bit more AI and intuitive. But yeah, you can comment and say congratulations and give people a heart or well deserved. So you can see the engagement and you can measure engagement on the platform now, which we didn't used to have. We used to do the Q points manually on Excel. So you can imagine how long that used to take to calculate the Q points every month and every quarter.
So actually, it might be quite useful for our listeners to know a little bit about the platform, because I think you said you've got your own platform.
It's our own, but it's not. We didn't create it. We're not technical. We found a company called Impulse. So Zozo Day. So XO Day is the company. Happy to introduce anyone if they want to know more about it. And they have the platform already, but you can also add your own properties and tweak it to yourself. Organisation, and it's already there for you. So we just integrated our employee engagement program into a platform that was already there for us. And one of the good things that we're about to start is redeeming the points for prizes. So the Zozo Day platform, they have relationships with, I'll mention Jollibee. Food in Q2 is a great motivator. They have lots of relationships with lots of organisations and companies in the Philippines. So you can we'll be starting that if you have Q points, you'll be able to translate them to prizes and collect your own if you want to get vouchers for SM or if you want to get vouchers for Jollibee. You can do that as well, and it's all automated within the system. It's really, really clever. And it's something that we were looking for from our Excel spreadsheets all those years.
Right. And when did you move to the platform?
So we moved to the platform a couple of years ago.
Right.
So initially we just worked with it with the Q points, but now it's all automated with everyone's anniversary, everyone's birthday. And it's a great platform. We've migrated to, when it's someone's birthday, you can send them messages and then they've got their own birthday board that they can download from everyone. So it's not on a stream like Facebook would be like, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. This is like, it sends you in, would you like to wish this birthday, happy birthday, gives you all the gifs, it gives you even AI ideas on how to say happy birthday in a different way. It has AI in there And that's really nice when it's your birthday. You then can lift your own birthday board
Right.
from everyone that's wished you.
That's
happy
an
birthday.
innovative practice.
Super.
Yes.
It's AI. It's definitely
Yes.
AI driven,
Right.
which is something I'm learning about, but I don't fully understand.
Yeah. Join the global club, I think, Sarah.
Yeah.
Of AI, yes.
Yes. Yes, we can't be ignored anymore, can it?
No.
I was just wondering, between these two programs that you have, which one has been most impactful?
I think in terms of the house points ones is very impactful because it integrates everybody into one program and it mixes and matches everybody. The PEAK program's fantastic for your team, so you have your own little awards, your own certificates and stuff. But the house point system using Q2's as our platform, because it mixes everyone. So the only people that are not in it is Exicom, so I'm not in it. I can't collect house points, I can only give them and approve them. But everyone else is in it. So you can see the collaboration when they meet. At the beginning of the year, they have to come up with a cheer and things like that. And you can see the collaboration with the 22-year-old and the 45-year-old, and they're all in it together, making sure that they win the points. It's a really collaborative way of bringing people together that don't necessarily work with each other ever.
Right.
That is nice, isn't it? Because interestingly, you've also touched on that generational issue. And I was just having a conversation with someone else this morning saying, how do we appeal to all the generations, and how do we deal with different generations in this?
I think one of the things of living in this country, because I've been here now 27 years, I think Filipinos as a culture embrace that kind of competitive spirit of doing stuff together a little bit more. I mean, I haven't worked in the UK now for a long time, but when I go home and I tell people what we get up to, whether I've been doing karaoke or I've dressed up or I've had to do a skit or I was on a video or I had to sing, and they're all like, we just go down to the pub, which is going for a drink on a Friday night. That's our employee engagement in the UK. Whereas here, there's so much creativity. There's so many people that do things not just in the organisation but outside. So that's something else that through Q2's we've learned. People that maybe do baking on the side, or they make jewellery on the side, or they have a little sari store or something on the side that they can share internally as well, that this is what they do. But cross-generational, I think there's a lot. Yes, there's no question that someone my age, which is over 40, and someone who's 20, we do have a different, I wouldn't say a different outlook on life, but we're at different places in life. So our priorities are slightly different. And I think that's one of the things, that if you have a good employee engagement program, you can bring people together within the organisation, and that's why our values are so important. That if you're 20 and you believe in our values and believe in the purpose of the company, because I think everybody these days need a purpose. Why are you working? When you have that bad day at work and you go home and go, why am I doing this? If you can come back to the purpose, okay, this is why I'm doing it, I'll go back tomorrow. And that doesn't matter whether you're 20 or 59. That purpose-driven of what you do brings us together at any age. But I just think we have to understand that 21-year-olds have different priorities to someone who's 30 or 40 with a family, and then someone like myself whose family's left. So my priorities are different to what they were 20 years ago.
Right.
Okay. But you mentioned, taking us back to the purpose, and you mentioned the values again, and how Q points is all related to the values. Is there an example you could maybe share with us where something maybe that's stuck in your mind that is a demonstration of the values that maybe has been rewarded or recognized in some way?
Many. Oh my goodness me, that's a really good question. That's the answer where I'm now going, which one? So for example, just recently, one of our business development team members, Hazel, shout out Hazel, she has been working with an organisation who will remain nameless for about 2 years. It's been a challenging negotiation. It's a banking organisation, so of course accreditation is very complex for banking. They're very strict, particularly coming out of COVID. We found that due diligence, accreditation, for anyone that's dealing with finance is become quite difficult. I think because the world stage, data privacy, all that kind of stuff has really come to the fore, which, especially in this country, which I think is a really good thing. So she was nurturing this relationship, and instead of becoming frustrated with it, she would still go there, and every question they had, they would answer. And then sometimes she'd go, I'm just going to go there. I'm going to meet them face to face. I'm not going to send an email, because emails can be misconstrued sometimes. And she would just keep going and keep going. So showing that grit, showing that determination.
Right.
And then she got the contract, and it's a big one. She's super happy. We're all very happy with her. But it shows, so that shows one of the values, which is that malasakit, grit.
And grit, yeah.
Grit, yeah. But grit in a nice way, not in a not in an
Yeah.
aggressive way. Yeah. So that's one. Another one, inside the office, we have it a lot actually. The malasakit is that people will, just on a Friday afternoon, one of our staff members was waiting for a grab because it was, raining and the grab wasn't there, and there were just two of them left. And they just kind of thought, we're the last ones left in the office, and we have the whole floor. And they just went around the office, switching off printers, switching off the lights, but not wanting any Q2's for it as such. But obviously we have cameras, and our admin manager spotted it and sort of mentioned it on the Monday that that's what they'd done.
That's malasakit.
And that's malasakit, without wanting to be, I went round to your desk and switched off your computer. They just kind of did it themselves. And that just shows care for their fellow workmates.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
So there really is very strong alignment with the values.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Which is
spend a
really
lot of
good,
time.
Yeah, everything that you should do in the organization
Yes.
should really be consistent with
Yes.
the values.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it all starts with the head. So it starts Trixie through to the manager, to us in XCOM, through HR, back to the heart, pumping out different programs, different alignments.
As you were talking about HR and having been an HR practitioner myself, it's making sure also that the leaders at all levels understand that they too have their role as HR practitioners in the line.
Yes.
Okay. So it can't just be HR, the department or the function that's doing it. Everyone has a shared function as far as HR is concerned.
Yes. I definitely agree with that, and we would agree with that, you can't abdicate responsibility for people management and just say, go see HR.
Right.
But it's also HR's responsibility to make sure that the managers and the leaders in the organisation are trained properly.
Exactly.
So one of the 5 plans that the HR team aligned to our goals this year is that what we call Lead, Manage and Be Accountable, LMA program, to support the managers in those difficult conversations, in those one-to-ones, make sure that everyone's aligned with everything that we're trying to achieve. And I agree with that. HR is key in that. They can be the legal, they can, when there's a payroll issue or a mandatory benefit, of course you go straight to HR because they're the ones who can fix it. But if you can manage your people at your own level, it doesn't escalate.
True.
It's about consistency as well, isn't
it?
Yes. And it sounds like consistency and fairness. Sorry. You think consistency and fairness go hand in hand, don't they?
They do, they do. And it's not something I think that anybody will ever get 100%. I think if an organisation says we've got this, it's a constant to be firm, fair, and fun. Trixie will always say we're going to be firm, fair, but we need to be fun as well. There has to be a bit of everything. Because we spend a lot of time in the office. We spend a lot of time with our workmates.
It's your second home.
Yes.
It's your second
For some of us, our first home.
True.
But it's definitely your second home, and it's very important with the people that you work with.
Right.
That they also see that the leaders are also walking the talk and showing up and being present when they need to be.
That's very key. Leadership. It's leadership that really drives, all these programs that you have in the
Yeah.
organization.